All right, you guys ready for some brisket? I got this guy going. Look at this. Come on, take a look at this. Whoa. I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. I guess I didn't need to add that broth after all. All right, so this brisket, look up here. Hello. This brisket, it's a Packer's cut, meaning it's a full brisket, both the tip and the flat. The flat's kind of the thinner part and the tip is the big fat part. I got my notes here, so that's why I'm reading over here. It's 15 pounds. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's like butter. It's like butter. It's 15 pounds. USDA Prime brisket. It'll come apart if I don't watch it. Okay, yep, USDA Prime, 15 pounds. I trimmed it when I first got it. And I got up about 6:45 this morning. And I trimmed it, put a rub on it. It took about an hour, prep the grill, get this rub in and everything. And I started about 7:45 this morning with on a Traeger at 225 degrees. And then I covered it after, let me look at my notes here. What time did I, yeah, at 2 p.m. So at 6 and a quarter hours into the cooking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It truly is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It really feels like I'm slicing into a stick of butter. Look at that. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I was telling you about my cooking. But anyway, I wrapped it about 6 hours in. I'm looking at my notes. I kept good notes here. It only took 2.5 more hours for it to come up to 207 on the flat and 204 on this thicker end on the tip. And that's a good temperature. Just go ahead and remove it and see how it's doing. So let's look at the quality here. See how we're doing. So one thing is, see how this kind of flaps down? That's good. You want it to just flap down like that. See how it comes apart? You should just be able to hold it up and a little bit of tugging and it comes apart. Just a little bit of tugging. Now let's taste it right here. Mm. 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 Can you tell this tastes good? Oh my gosh, this is so good. Mm. All right, Mandy's doing the filming. Try it, babe. Mm. No? Mm-hmm. That's where it's at, people. Right there. Mm. 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 Okay. My self-critique is I don't see much wrong with it other than I could have had a little bit of darker bark. I think had I let it run on the smoke a little longer, maybe the bark would be a little harder, a little darker. But all in all, it's really good. It's delicious. It's tender. It's juicy. It only, for some reason, it only took 8.5 hours on the Traeger. I suspect when you cover it with foil like I did in the last few hours, they call that the Texas crutch because it accelerates. It keeps the moisture in, the steam in, and allows it to cook past this middle point, which is called the stall, around 160, 170 degrees, where it just stays there for a long time. Once it got to the stall, I wrapped it in foil and that let it carry right on through. So,
how long did you let it rest when it was done?
Oh, we let it rest for an hour after it was done. And
what does that do?
So it's still, you know, just like every other meat, it's still kind of cooking even after you take it off. And it kind of just lets everything settle in, let it cool a little bit. You're really not supposed to start munching into it as soon as you take it off. We actually brought it again. Brought it up to 204 degrees internal temperature. Way different than something like a steak or any other meats. This is a brisket, so it really needs to get to that high temperature to get tender like this. All right. Hope you enjoy as much as I will.